Okay, so what I have here is a homemade Wacom tablet, specifically a Cintiq tablet. The drawing tablet itself is not homemade, and it's not a Wacom actually. I'm using a La Paz tablet, which is an off-brand tablet, very cheap, uses a battery in the pen. The manufacturer of the pen itself isn't that great. The tablet's pretty solid. People have mixed results with whether or not they work well on their machines, but it works very well for what I did here. It cost me about 34 bucks, and I just want to quickly demo what it is. Okay, so this tablet uses a pen. It's got a battery in it. The Wacom tablets don't. It's not a very well made pen, but it does work well here in this application that I put together. It costs about $34, the pen and the graphics tablet that's inside this box here I've built. The laptop has just been torn apart. The screen has been pulled out of its casing and flipped over, and everything's been put into this homemade case that I made and covered with a sheet of acrylic. So I learned how to do all this from a site called Bongofish, which I believe is a UK-based site. The first guy that I know of who tried this is named Drew. The guy lives in the UK, an artist there who had an old Wacom tablet and a LCD monitor. He tore the two apart and hacked them together and made himself a Wacom Cintiq-like tablet for around 200 bucks. Normally these things cost about $1,000 to $3,000 brand new. So I'm going to want to go ahead and demo some software here. Basically the pen drives the mouse cursor, and so I can open up pieces of software here just by tapping on them and close them like so, and open all kinds of different pieces of software. So I'm going to open a piece of software called ArtRage. I'm going to start a new file here. So what's cool about ArtRage is that all of your menus are in flyouts around the sides of the screen. Now if I had a bigger screen format, this would be spaced out a little more and you'd have a lot more white space in the middle. But for this program it doesn't really matter, because I can have these menus out when I'm working on them, but then when I want to put them away I just come up here and click on this, and then I have nothing but white space here to work with, and so I can draw in this entire area here. This is really cool because I get the full benefit of the 6x8 inch active area on the screen. I just click on this and bring the tools back, and another important feature is the rotate feature, so I can just rotate like that, any orientation, and that's really good for your posture when you're drawing. So when you're drawing straight lines or doing any kind of artwork, coloring, anything, you can just spin the picture around. You can do this in a lot of programs, including Corel Painter and the GIMP. The GIMP you can't do it quite as fluidly. It's really important to just be able to flick your piece of paper around and then just pick up your tool again and just resume drawing, which is really great. So it's probably hard for you to see those lines there. We can go back here, and hey Duffy, let's see here. We want to new file. Another great feature are the pencils, and so you can basically mimic your entire spectrum of colors in colored pencils, or drawing pencils as well. You know, you can any hardness or any hardness pencil you can imagine. You can also tilt your pencil by using this little control. Then I can do shading, so like this. See how I'm building up shading as I'm using the side of my pencil, like that. So incredible control over your natural media tools. Now this program is also incredible because it only costs $25. It's made by an awesome development team. It does a really good job on their software, based out of New Zealand, I believe. Again, it's called ArtRage, A-R-T-R-A-G-E. This is ArtRage 2, or ArtRage 2.5 actually. Again, costs 25 bucks I think, but you can get a trial or a freeware version of it that has a little more limited, but you can play with this and get an idea of how versatile it is. So yeah, you have access to tools like this ruler, which you can size, and then you can use it to help you draw a straight line just by sliding up and down the ruler. Slide that away, and you can see I've got a nice straight line there that I use this tool for. There's lots of other tools like that, and you can make your own tools like that as well. Oops. You know, under stencils here we've got French curves, and you know, so you have all your French curves. You can make crazy stencils out of pictures just by converting them to grayscale or black and white images. any tool that you can really imagine or need, you can make using these stencils. Really quite amazing. Doesn't have any selection tools, no magic wand or anything like that. This is just replicating natural media drawing, so it'd be great for an industrial designer or a painter or an illustrator. Does have layers, so you can add layers. You can drop down here. If this were an underlay drawing, you can sit here and drop the opacity so it's a lot lighter. You can use that as the basis for a drawing afterwards. This is a bunch of garbage. It's kind of hard for me to draw anything for you here with this camera set up like this, but you get the idea. And so yeah, so this is what you can do. You know, lots of things for you to check out online if you're interested. You're tearing apart electrical components and stuff like that, and there are some dangers there, but if you're careful and smart and read all the information that you can find online, there's potential for you to put together a pretty cool little piece of gear for not a lot of money. And yeah, enjoy.